Today, we've got a coin flip battle. This time, we've got Glenn Youngkin for the Republicans going up against Kamala Harris for the Dems. And I thought we might have already done this matchup, but turns out we didn't. And the Dems do have 5 wins in a row. They're going for 6. And if anybody in the comments has been tracking the overall win-loss record for both sides for this series, let me know what you've got down below. So this should be a juicy battle. We've got heads for Youngkin, tails for Harris. Let's start in Alaska. Here comes flip number 1. And the inaugural flip is coming to Harris. Next, Hawaii. And state number 2 is also going to go blue. What about Washington? Youngkin looking to get in on the action, but Harris is going to shut him out. Here's Oregon. 8 EVs. Youngkin as his first state. Next, California, home state of Harris. Let's do the flip. 54 votes. Coming to Glenn Youngkin. He's got him and he's way in the lead. Let's do Nevada. 6 EVs coming to Harris. How about the Gem State? That's Idaho. It's another 4 EVs. They're going red. Utah's next. This state has 6 EVs and they're coming to Harris. Next, Arizona is holding another 11 votes. Who wants them? Harris. Next, Montana. This state is going to go to Harris. How about Wyoming? We've got Harris again. Next, Colorado. And these 10 are coming to Harris again. She's closing in on Youngkin. How about New Mexico? Land of Enchantment. Harris has done it again. She's got 6 in a row. She's going for 7. It's North Dakota. And this is tails again. She's got 7 consecutive states. Here's South Dakota. This would be 8 in a row. Let's do the flip. And we've got tails again. Not only has Harris done 8 in a row, she's also regained the lead. I don't know what happened to Youngkin. We'll see if he can come back. Let's do Nebraska next. At large, 2 votes. And Youngkin snaps Harris's streak at 8. Next, Nebraska's first. This is heads again. Next, Nebraska's second. Youngkin, he's tied Harris at 70. Nebraska's third is next. And we've got tails. Harris snatches 1 out of Nebraska, and that's good enough for the lead. Next is Kansas. It's the Sunflower State coming to Harris. How about Oklahoma? Lucky 7 of the Sooner State. Youngkin is going to tie Harris again at 77. A lot of 7s up there. Somebody's going to break the tie. We've got Texas up next. They've got 40 EVs in the Lone Star State. Let's do the flip. This is tails. Harris surges over 100 now. Let's see how Youngkin responds. Minnesota's next. And it's going to go blue for Harris. Next, Iowa. We've got Youngkin picking it up. Here's Missouri next. The Show Me State is coming to Youngkin. Next, Arkansas. Half dozen. Youngkin, 3 in a row. Next, Louisiana. Down in the Gulf. Youngkin, it's a 4-bagger. He's over 100. Wisconsin's the next flip. We've got tails. Harris comes back, puts up 10 more. Next, Illinois. They've got 19 of them. Good chunk of votes. They're going blue. How about Michigan? And we've got Harris again picking up 15 more. How about Indiana? And it's going to be Harris again. Another 4 in a row. What about Kentucky? And Harris has a ton of momentum now as we go further south into Tennessee. And Youngkin is going to pick this state up. Let's see if he has momentum. Mississippi's next. The Magnolia State is coming to Youngkin. How about Alabama? 9 EVs. Youngkin, he's done it again. How about Florida now? The Sunshine State, 30 votes. Youngkin does not want to lose this state. Harris looking to go over 200. Here comes the flip. It is heads. Youngkin up to 163. Harris at 190. Next, Georgia, 16 of them. Who's going to get them? Youngkin. Now he's on a hot streak. He's got 5 in a row. He's doing a lot of damage here in the South, and he's only 11 behind. Let's do South Carolina next. The Palmetto State is going to go blue for Harris. Next, North Carolina. We've got tails again. How about Ohio? 17 votes. This is tails again. As soon as Youngkin gets momentum, Harris comes right back. Next, West Virginia. The Mountain State. It's going red for Youngkin. Now we go to the northeast corner. Maine at large. And that's going to be tails. On deck is Maine's first. A solitary electoral vote for Youngkin. Here's Maine's second. And it's going to be Harris next. New Hampshire. 4 of them in the Granite State. Youngkin picking them up. Next, Vermont. Somebody's going to swipe 3 more. And that somebody is Harris. Now we're coming up to a pivotal state. It's New York, 28 votes. Youngkin kind of needs this or he's not going to be able to overcome the deficit. So everything is almost on the line right here. Let's do the flip. 28 votes for Harris. That is huge. She's only 4 away now. Youngkin is either going to have the best comeback of all time or Harris is going to have all the bragging rights. Let's do Massachusetts. 11 votes. Heads for Youngkin. Connecticut next. And it's going to be tails, and that clinches it. We don't often end on Connecticut, but Harris has done it here. She's at 273, Youngkin 199. Let's finish it up. Rhode Island is next. Tails again. How about New Jersey? 14 of them in the Garden State for Harris. Delaware, that's up next. Only 3 votes. Youngkin is over 200. Maryland is on deck. And even 10 votes for Youngkin. Next, D.C. And it's going to be Youngkin. How about Pennsylvania? How about 19 more votes? Tails. Harris is over 300. Final state. Youngkin's home state of Virginia. Let's do the flip. And it's going to be Harris. She finishes pretty strong here. And at one point, Youngkin had a nice lead after California, but then he fell apart. Harris won 8 in a row. Youngkin couldn't get anything going in the Midwest. And it looked like it might be a battle, but in the end, not really. Harris gets another win for the Democrats. Youngkin flopped kind of hard, but in past battles, we have seen him come back in dramatic fashion. But today, Harris is going to get the White House. This is a very unusual looking map, so let me know in the comments. What did you think of this battle? Were you gunning for Youngkin? Were you hoping for Harris? Let me know if you had a nice time down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to help support the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.